Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Godzilla store exclusive Bandai movie monster series Godzilla 1984. Now, this version of Godzilla comes from the 1984 film, well, Godzilla 1984, and it's honestly one of my favorite Godzilla movies. I really enjoy it, A couple of minor things. I think the editing is a little weird at points, but for the most part, I think Godzilla 84 is a great movie, and if you haven't checked it out, definitely do so because, well, like I just said, it is a great movie. Definitely, honestly, probably my sixth favorite Godzilla movie ever. I really like it. So, yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it already. Now, going to the figure, this is actually a repaint of an existing figure. So, in 2004, there's the Godzilla Memorial Box, which contained, I don't know the exact number, but there are a lot of Bandai vinyls in that box, and one of the figures was this guy. And admittedly, I do like the paint scheme on this guy more than the original, but the original still looked pretty cool. The only downside is, well, yeah, that's kind of scary, but there's this guy, and yeah, I'm glad to actually have a, you know, good-looking Bandai vinyl of Godzilla 1984. So, yeah, I don't, I don't really know what else to say. So let's just get right into this. Like usual with the Bandai vinyls, let's just take a quick look at the tag. So for the cover here, we have a nice screenshot from Godzilla 1984. And on the bottom here, Godzilla 1984, both in Japanese and in English. And the little 2022 Godzilla emblem there. On the back, we have Godzilla Movie Monster Series Bandai and a nice silhouette of Godzilla's dorsal plates there. And on the inside, we just have a bunch of what I'm assuming is legal information. I unfortunately can't really read Japanese, but I'm going to assume that this is legal information. So, yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it for the tag. Now, going back to the figure, like usual, we'll take a look at the paint first. And the painting on this figure, for the most part, I think looks very nice. There's not a lot here, but the stuff that is here is pretty good. So let's take a closer look. So, as you can see here, the entirety of the figure is casted in this nice charcoal gray color, the traditional Godzilla colors. His toenails and fingernails are airbrushed, which looks really nice. They didn't bother to do the underside, which is a little annoying, but honestly not the end of the world because it's not really that noticeable. And the toenails and fingernails are the same color as the dorsal plates here, which I think are painted very nicely. With the Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla 91, I feel like there's a little too much white on the dorsal plates here, but on this guy, there's a perfect amount here because there's still that traditional darker color in the center of his dorsal plates. So yeah, the painting on his dorsal plates looks really nice, and even on the back of his head here, again, just a lot of nice painting here. Unfortunately, it just kind of stops there, so the rest of the tail is just unpainted, which this isn't really new for the Bandai Movie Monster Series, but still, it would have been nicer if they painted this all the way down, especially because of the fact that this is a Godzilla store exclusive, so it would have been nice to see this painted all the way, but like I said, not the end of the world. Anyway, going to the eyes here are painted a whitish yellowish color, which I think looks alright, and of course the pupils there are painted black. The teeth are painted the same color as the eyes, and the little tongue there, as you can see, is painted a nice red color. The roof of the mouth is not painted, but like I said, not the end of the world. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the painting on this figure. It would have been nice if they painted the tail all the way, but besides that, I think the painting here is very nice. So the painting on this figure, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the articulation, and it's a Bandai vinyl. There's not going to be a whole lot here, so I'm just going to be brief. The head can move 360. The arms can move forwards this much and backwards about that much. The legs can do a 360, though when you do that, it kind of rubs against the arm here as well as the back of the thigh here. So yeah, don't make the legs go 360, but they can. Just don't do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. Not a lot, but like I said, it's a Bandai vinyl. It's whatever. So yeah, the articulation on this figure, it's good for a Bandai vinyl, so I'd say it gets a pass. Now we'll talk about the sculpting, and the sculpting on this figure I think looks very nice. It looks pretty close to what we see in the movie itself. It's not one to one. Obviously, it's a Bandai vinyl. They're gonna like usually with Bandai vinyls, they look close to what we see in the movie, but it's definitely not one to one. It's no X plus or anything like that. It's a Bandai vinyl, but again, for a Bandai vinyl like this, I think it gets the job done very nicely. So, yeah. Also, really quick, something I just want to talk about. I know there's some people who don't like this design for Godzilla, and I can see where they're coming from, but I personally love this design. Like, this is probably one of my favorite Godzilla designs. It kind of reminds me of Sonic's model from Sonic Adventure, where it's a darker shade of blue, and he has the green eyes like his modern design, but he still kind of has the shorter limbs like his classic design. So it's kind of like an in-between with, the modern and the classic design. And that kind of goes for, this design for Godzilla as well, because the rest of the Heisei era, Godzilla, looked more, he looked more menacing. And this guy, like, it's kind of like a bridge between the more, like, goofier, like, big-eyed, like, Showa Godzilla design to the, more realistic, like, threatening-looking Heisei design. It's kind of like an in-between design. And I like that, I really do like that. So, yeah, definitely one of my favorite Godzilla designs, and yeah, overall, I think the sculpting on this figure looks great. So, yeah, the sculpting here, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now, we'll take a look at the detailing. And the detailing on this figure is very nice. So let's take a closer look at that. So, starting off with the head here, we can see all the scaling and all the musculature in the face here. And everything like that. The detailing here looks very nice. Everything here is very nicely defined. We just get that, just this nice scaling pattern, like, throughout the figure, which, again, everything here is just very nicely defined, and, like, even, like, the limbs here, like, the arms here, have that, like, guy in a rubber suit effect, where it's, like, like, there are creases in the skin, which, again, just looks really nice. Going to the front of the figure here, again, just a lot of really nice detailing here, all of the creases and everything like that, just looks amazing. Going to the legs here, again, a lot of nice musculature here, while also having that like guy in a rubber suit feel, which again, it just looks so cool. So, yeah, the dorsal plates even have a lot of really nice detailing here as well. Everything here is just really nicely defined, and it just looks great. Going to the tail here, again, just a lot of really nice detailing. The scaling and all the creases in between, everything here just looks really nice. The underside, admittedly, there's not a whole lot going on. It would have been nice if there's a little more here, but not the end of the world. It's still not that bad. It's the underside of the figure. Who cares? Who honestly cares? It's not the end of the world. So, yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. And the detailing here is very nice. So the detailing here, I'd say definitely gets a pass. Now we'll do some size comparisons. Here we have the Bandai Movie Monster Series Gamera 1995. Here we have the Bandai Ultra Hero Series Ultraman Tiga. All three of these guys kicked off their Heisei era of films, so I think it's appropriate to have these three together. Here we have the NECA Godzilla 1984, which is the only other figure of Godzilla 1984 I have, so it's nice to have this Bandai vinyl. And of course, here we have Dr. Billy Grant and some hand sanitizer. So at the end of the day, should you get this guy? Honestly, this is a very nice figure, and I definitely recommend you guys pick it up. I would have improved the painting, specifically the painting on the tail, but overall, I think this figure is a very nice representation of Godzilla from Godzilla 1984. The sculpting is on point, the detailing, and for the most part, the paint I think is very nice, and yeah, overall, I think that this is a great figure, and I definitely recommend that you guys pick him up. As far as price tags go, he's about $50. Unfortunately, I think he sold out from Awesome Collectors, so you can't really buy him from there, unfortunately. But like I said, there is eBay, and on eBay he's around $50, which it's not cheap, but it's definitely better than paying that. So, yeah. I can't even find a listing of the original version, because like I said at the beginning of this video, this guy's a repaint of an existing figure from, that Memorial box set, and yeah, I can't find it. Like, I can go to pictures of what that original version looks like, but yeah, I just can't find like a listing of that guy on eBay. At least one that's going now. So yeah, if you want a good looking figure of Godzilla 1984, definitely go with this guy. But if you want the original version, I mean, I recommend going with this guy because I like the colors more with like the dorsal plates and all that. But if you really want the original, all I'm gonna say to you is good luck tracking him down and good luck affording it. So yeah. Anyway, definitely get this guy if you can. And yeah. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. Zack out.